My daughter's teacher pulled me aside and whispered, "Your husband isn't who you think he is." My daughter's teacher stopped me in the school parking lot, grabbed my arm, and whispered, "Please don't let your husband pick her up tomorrow." I thought she was joking until she showed me a photograph of my husband standing outside a house I had never seen before. My husband and I had been married for 9 years, and our life seemed completely normal. But the teacher, Sarah, looked terrified. She told me my daughter had been drawing the same strange house in her notebooks for months. Whenever Sarah asked who lived there, my daughter would say, "Daddy says I'm not supposed to tell mommy." My stomach dropped. That night, I asked my daughter about it, but she changed the subject. Then I noticed my husband had started checking the locks every night and getting nervous whenever someone knocked. After he fell asleep, I checked his phone. I didn't find another woman. I found dozens of messages from an unknown number. One said, "She remembers more than you think." The next morning, I followed my husband after he dropped our daughter at school. He drove 40 minutes outside town and stopped at the exact house from the photograph. I stayed in my car and watched him walk inside. 10 minutes later, Sarah called me and said, "Don't go inside. I finally know what's happening." Then she sent me an old school photograph showing my daughter standing beside a woman I had never seen before. Sarah told me the woman had been my daughter's babysitter before we moved and had disappeared 5 years earlier. But she wasn't missing. She was living inside that house. I drove there anyway. When I opened the door, I found my husband sitting with a woman from the photograph. She looked at me and started crying. "I'm sorry," she said. "Your husband never told you because he was trying to protect your daughter." My husband finally admitted that the woman had discovered something terrifying about my daughter's biological father. I froze. Before I met my husband, I had been told my daughter's father died before she was born, but that wasn't true. He had disappeared after being involved in a criminal investigation, and the woman had witnessed him threatening someone. My husband discovered the truth years ago and secretly helped keep her safe. Then she pointed toward a locked room. Inside were boxes filled with photographs, court documents, and letters. At the bottom was a recent photograph of my daughter outside her school. Someone had been following her. The final letter said, "I know where she goes every day. Tell her mother the truth before I come for her." The police were called, and the investigation revealed that my daughter's biological father had been alive all these years and had recently returned to town. He was arrested before he could reach us. But the biggest shock came afterward. My daughter looked at me and asked, "Mommy, is Daddy still my daddy?" I hugged her and said, "He always will be." Because sometimes the person keeping a secret isn't trying to hurt you. Sometimes they're terrified the truth will hurt you even more.